Okay, this is 6.1.152.025. We're finding equivalent expressions. And again, this goes back to the distributive property, factoring, and multiplication. I said that the distributive property is important throughout your math career. So this says which of the following expressions is equivalent or equal to this. So what this is asking us to do is to take 4 times 2, just like the distributive property, and 4 times 6. It would look something like this. 4 times 2y, that would equal 8y, plus 4 times 6z, that would equal 24z. I multiply the numbers and keep the letter. So our answer here would be the 8y plus 24z, or letter B. This one, select the expression that's equivalent to 30c plus 30. So this time we're finding the GCF of the two numbers, 30 and 30. So that's easy. The GCF happens to be 30. So what they're saying is I'm going to pull out 30 out here, and that would become 1c, or just plain c, plus 1. So I'm looking for, they did this a little differently. This would be broken all the way down, but instead they pulled out the GCF of just 6. So they just said, let me draw an arrow down to here. They just said, oh, I'm going to pull out the 6, 5 plus 5c. That's equivalent because 6 times 5 is 30, plus 6 times 5c is 30c. Okay, here's another one. Equivalent here. So we have various things we could do. I'm going to look at their GCFs first. 12, if I pulled out a 12, they would both become 1s. So neither of those have a 1 for both of those. If I pulled out a 3, so it would be 3, 12 divided by 3 is 4x, 12 divided by 3 is 4w, so 4x plus 4, that works. The problem with this right here is they didn't factor out a 3 out of that 12. The answer there is C. Okay. Next one, we're going to multiply this through. Notice they're both W's. So I have a choice here. I could go 5 times, and since they're both a W, only works when variables are the same. Only works when variables. I could say 13W. So I could take 5 times 13 and get 65. Or 65 with the W. So you can see right there. The other option is I could say 5 times 8 is 40W plus 5 times 5, which is 25W. Now, since they're both W's, I can add together the numbers, 65W. Letter C. Let's look at a few more of these. Number 5. Which of the following is equivalent to 7? So I have some options here. I know I'm multiplying it through. 14 plus 63x. 7 times 2 is 14, 763x. So do I have a 14 plus 63x? I do. So they were looking for the simplest one there. Okay. This one, we're going to factor out a number. So if I look at these factors, okay, first to make it a little bit easier, 12 is not a factor of 15. So that's out. 15 is not a factor of 12. My possibility here is 3. So if I factored out a 3, 12 divided by 3 is 4m. 15 divided by 3 is 5. So I'm looking for 4m plus 5. 15, they did not factor out the 15. Right here you go. Notice they have 5 plus 4m. That's the same as 4m plus 5. Okay, select the expression that's equivalent to 12y plus 12. Again, I'm going to look at my factors first. So both of these work. So if I pull out a 12, I'm going to end up with 1y plus 1z. That could also be just 12y plus z. Let's see if they have that here. They do not. So when I factor out a 12, I would not end up with 12z. I would not end up with 4y. So those are out. So they want to have 3 factored out. It's one of these two. So if I factor out a 3, 12 divided by 3 is 4, keep the y. 12 divided by 3 is 4, keep the z. Notice here they did not factor out the 12. Done. Answer is D. All right. Which of the following expression is equivalent to this? So if I multiply this through, aha, I noticed they're both m's. So I could have 77m here. Is that one of my choices? It sure is. Because the variables were the same, both m's, I could combine them. Okay, there's only 2 more, I think, to do, so I'm going to go ahead and do those. So we're going to multiply this through, 40y plus 15z. See if they're looking for that. Aha, they reversed it on us right here. That's the same as 15z plus 40y. We're good to go. Equivalent expression here. So the factors, okay, 18 is not a factor of 6, so that guy's out. Both of these could work. So let's take out a 6. If I took a 6 out, 6 divided by 6 is 1, so that could be 1. 18 divided by 6 is 3. So it could be 1j plus 3. Nope, j plus 18. See, they didn't do that, so that guy's out. Okay, that's the only, so it has to be a 3. So if I took out a 3, 6 divided by 3 is 2, and I keep my j. 18 divided by 3 is 6. 2j plus 6. This one they didn't factor out 3, so D. Okay, and that's the distributive property. That's a long video. Watch as much as you need to, but the distributive property is something you should get a good handle on. Okay.